So at a meeting that I was at yesterday, a couple of guys that I work with encouraged me to start videoing more stuff. Just a little bit more of what's happening every day here. And there's a part of me that's always like, things I do are so boring. I mean, the artwork side obviously is pretty fun to watch. And I always figure that people just want to see the instructional stuff. People just want to see how artwork is made. But no, they will see. I don't know. So they said, record everything, do more vloggy stuff, do all of that. Hopefully this isn't super boring. We'll see. But also, fun fact, my day really doesn't start until I put shoes on. Because I work at home, it's easy to feel so casual about like, hey, I'll just do everything barefooted in shorts. But yeah, strangely, putting shoes on is actually the one thing that makes me feel like my day is actually starting. One place that we can start is with intros. Obviously, my wife has a real job, so she's not here. She'll be home later, I'm pretty sure. But I do have a couple of doggos, and they're here with me all day. So with my cat, maybe we'll find him. And so this is Ellie and Lucy. They basically just like to sleep all day and come bother me when they need stuff, which is fine. They're dogs. Yeah, so not that you guys need instructions on how to write posts or anything, but of course, this is a huge part of my day. It's about 8 in the morning. This is about an hour before I would normally post, just so I can create a little bit more air in my day. I have other pieces of content that are going to be a little bit higher priority, that are going to be like Instagram stories or other things to finish up the promotion that I'm running today. Alright, now I've got content ready to launch. This is me getting ready to hit send for the day, and then it goes off into the world. Alright, enough of my ramblings for now, but sort of the the next thing that I need to work on today is the other piece of content that actually I'm going to consider the higher priority content. I've got a new print, this guy right here, that is all ready to go. You can see I've already got the artwork file set up. This is ready to jam. Today is the last day that it's available. And I'm not doing this video to be like, check out the link in my bio. No, it's not like that. By the time you guys see this video, it'll be gone. It's totally over. So this was one where I did a 3-day sale, only available for 3 days, only 30 prints. So now is my last opportunity to tell people, hey, this thing's for sale. If you haven't gotten one yet, go get one. I actually have some prints to do anyways today. The people that ordered these directly on Wednesday, I want to get those shipped out, which means I have to do the printing, drying them, sign them, number them, pack them, and get down to the shippers. All part of our adventure today. As well as the other pieces of content that I have to put up. See, didn't realize today was going to be so busy. I didn't know when I woke up, but here we are. Here we have our very first print straight off of the machine, and it looks awesome. Which is good. We never want to be like, wow, that looks terrible. So yes, this looks fantastic. And kind of to reiterate why we do these in-house currently, just because the color quality and everything of these looks so good, and the details of the actual artwork, everything just looks so good. So I've just had trouble in the past finding companies that I could really rely on to do a good job with these. But as I've already alluded to, the more time that you spend micromanaging every single aspect of your business, the less time you have for the actual thing that you should be doing. I should be working on drawings and paintings. I have so much to do, it's insane. But to keep the stuff working in the background, to keep people that have spent money happy, of course, and to deliver things on time, there's this delicate balancing act all day, every day of what are we going to work on, how early are we going to get up, how late are we going to stay up to try to get as much done as possible. This is the very first print out of the entire run, so I'm going to use it to kind of extend the marketing a little bit, and you'll see what that looks like a little bit. If the print survives all the handling that I put it through, then it'll get thrown into the set, but if it doesn't, I don't want to give anybody a print that's like marked up to death. The next step, of course, is to sign this guy. Are you kidding me? Alright, next step is to sign this guy. Jeez Christ. Yeah, I wish I could sleep all day. Wouldn't that be nice? I'm gonna trade you guys. You guys can do art prints. I'll go back to sleep. Alright, so the next stage is a little bit interesting. So I have to take a picture of myself holding the print so that I have something legit. I don't want to just Photoshop a blank picture of me holding something and then Photoshop this in. That's crappy and that's cheesy. That's not real. I'm trying to sell people something real, not that stupid. So in order to so I can film myself shooting with this camera, what I've done is I've set up one of my other phones on a selfie stick, clamped to a table, so that I can get this right. You see how much effort goes into content creation? It's crazy. Alright, so another attempt here. Hit the self timer. Move this guy out of the way. Oh gosh. Oh. God, I hope that was worth the casualty. I actually don't want to get into how many takes that was because it was more than I wanted. So now, we're going to review all the footage off of this thing and see if any of those actually worked. I never know until I look at the footage and see, yeah, what I can make out of what. I got it up in Photoshop now. It took more color correction than I wanted, but because it's just going to be a promo piece just for Instagram stories or Facebook stories, alright, so I've got the Instagram stories all set up, I've got some words, I've got my hopefully decent photo and some music, so hopefully this drives a little bit of traffic for the very last day of our post. Throughout the day when I'm trying to split things up and I want to get some exercise or just kind of change things up, what I'll do is I'll go upstairs and I'll play the drums or guitar or whatever that is. 9:42, and so far all we've done is content creation and promotional stuff. So now I'm going to have some fun. I'm going to freestyle a little bit here. Well, that was fun. Now that I've got a little bit of exercise in, and that took a couple more takes than I thought it would, life. About 10 o'clock now, enough 3.5 hours or so. Really haven't done any artwork yet, just mostly keeping things rolling and keeping myself from going crazy. So one of the next things I like to do to keep myself from going crazy, I'm going to take this one opportunity to go out, get some coffee at a local spot, and go down to the beach. I live about a mile from the water here, so it's a really short drive. But I'm going to jump in one of my favorite cars, and I'll show you guys a little bit about it, but I'm going to have to do that once we leave the complex here. It's a quiet neighborhood, so I'm going to roll down the road, and then I'll show you guys the car I'm driving today. Alright, so what I'm out in today is my 1969 Volkswagen Bug Roadster. This is my everyday car. I drive it everywhere. I have a different car for the weekend, so I know if you're thinking, man, what a ratty piece of car. You know, I don't blame you. But what this car does is so special and so fun. It's one of my favorite things ever. It makes me so happy to drive this car. It's open top, no roof. Everything is super exciting. And it's faster than it seems because the car is super, super light. So I love being out in this car. I'm gonna try to set up a video, see if we can do a little bit of driving. I don't know, we'll see what happens. Let's see what happens. Alright, so got my coffee. Now we're just walking down to the beach. It's a short walk, right down here. I'll show you. Alright, so one thing I'm wondering already about people who do this all the time, be walking around videoing themselves. How do you not get hit by cars all the time? I've almost died like 30 times. Well, we didn't just come down here to drink coffee. There's a lot of reasons to be down here. I'm gonna take my shoes off and get in the water. Whoa. Honestly, being at the beach is one of the few places where I can actually kind of feel like I can slow down and kind of gather my thoughts. But knowing that I'm going to be inside the rest of the day, I got to get some air at some point. And being at the beach really relaxes me. It takes some of the craziness off of being on social media all day and stuff like that. So I love being out here, even if it's only for 20 or 30 minutes. There's never a time when I'm here where I feel like I should be anywhere else. So find your happy place. That's important. As much as I'd like to stay out here all day and drink lots more coffee, I gotta get home. That was fun. Now that we're home from getting coffee, we can get back to work. And maybe one time we'll get to take this guy out. We're home now, so we can release the hounds. Jelly. Stretch. Alright, fine, yes. And there's Lucy. Okay. Oh, I missed you too. I did. I like taking you guys to the beach, but it's hard to drive, drink coffee, and film all at the same time. And back to the couch. Oh, I hear the butt going. Here's the butt. So now that I'm home, I'm kind of catching up on everything that I missed. Obviously, I've got my phone with me while I'm out, but I was at the beach. I'm there to relax, not to keep on working. That's the point of going somewhere, is to split up the day and come back refreshed and go, okay, did I miss anything cool? So I'm checking emails to see if I missed any print orders, checking analytics to see how my content is doing. Now I'm on Instagram and seeing how that's going. So let's see. Refreshed, had some coffee, feeling good. I'm going to get into what I actually have to print and pack today. Make a list of what I'm going to print, and yeah, got to set up the files, all that, but that's the next thing. So this is all good to go. All I got to do is put in a quantity and let these guys start running. Well, while we're waiting for all the prints to run, I'm going to do some other stuff, but I figured this is a great chance to tell you about today's sponsor. I'm kidding. Who would sponsor this video? I'm nobody. Unless it was Raid Shadow Legends. Who knows? I'm not sponsored. I'm just... yeah. While I'm working on prints and got these guys going, I've got Lisa LaCree, one of my favorite artists to watch on YouTube. So got her on in the background so I can listen to her art tips and stuff while I'm working. Prints are run, prints are dry, and now I decided I also wanted to add like a little thank you note. Roll the print up carefully, all by itself. Roll it into the bubble. Take that end up. Alright, that's one box ready to go. Just 10 more left, and yeah, gonna be a busy afternoon. So got everything packed up. All these prints are ready to go. I actually got a pretty efficient system for packing here, so it actually didn't take that long to get through everything. Although, again, it's just time subtracted out of the day where I could be working on something else. Guys want to see a magic trick? Alright, getting ready to go, guys. Look at that. Dogs automatically park themselves into their cages. It's surprisingly difficult to do with one hand. Got print orders more or less caught up, at least where they need to be. Everything's shipped out. Well, the order statuses are all updated. It's 3:50, I want to say in the afternoon, but really we're talking about early evening at this point. We still haven't gotten any drawing. I even thought it would be fun to sit down and scribble something real quick just for the sake of doing this, where it's not even like a realistic portrayal of how days go here. It's rare that days are like this, where I don't get a chance to do any drawing or any painting or anything like that. But I was lucky that I had a ton of prints sell all at once, and so I had work to do for the next couple of days, just honoring those print sales, which is great. It's a good problem to have. Just means that I didn't get to do any drawing today, but there are going to be plenty of days where I do nothing but drawing, so we got that to look forward to. Also, I didn't include in this any of the emails, any of the phone calls, any of the messaging that I was doing, because I'm pretty sure that stuff would be extremely boring to watch. So there's a lot that was done today that would have been way more boring to watch than I don't even know how this video is going to turn out in the first place. So believe me, even though it seems like whatever the day looked like, there was even more, and I just left out the boring stuff, and it still might end up looking boring. I'm not even totally sure yet. Lucy, will you edit my videos? I will give you $1 million if you do. I don't know if that's a yes or a no. Alright, Lucy, I'm going to put everything on a flash drive for you, and I'll bring you a laptop. This is how you know Mommy's home. Oh. And we're so ready.
Now there's another doggy. Now there's another doggy. No. Am I not getting the button? Hey.
Come on, man. Okay, pizza's arrived, and so is Miss Katie. So that's all for us today. Maybe we didn't see Katie all day. Maybe on the next one we'll see more Katie and more dogs and more other things. Okay, bye.